Welcome to the presentation on pair with given sum in a sorted array. Today we will explore an efficient approach to finding pairs in an array that sum up to a target value. Let's dive in. In this problem, we are given a sorted array of integers and a target sum. Our goal is to find the number of distinct pairs of elements in the array that add up to the target. Keep in mind that the elements of pairs must have distinct indices. Let's begin with the brute force approach. In this approach, we use two nested loops to check each possible pair of elements in the array. If the sum of the pair equals the target, we increment the count. While this method is straightforward, it may not be most efficient. Here's the code for the brute force solution. Now let's analyze the time complexity of this approach. Since we have two nested loops iterating through the array, the time complexity is big O of n squared, where n is the size of the array. As for space complexity, the brute force method only uses a constant amount of space, making it space efficient but less time efficient for larger arrays. Next, let's look at the optimized solution using a hash map. This method leverages the idea of tracking the frequency of elements we have seen so far. For each element in the array, we calculate its complement, the difference between the target and the element. If we have already encountered the complement, we add its frequency to the count. This approach significantly reduces the time complexity, making it more efficient, especially for larger arrays. Here's the code for the hashmap solution. With the hashmap solution, we only need to pass through the array once, and for each element we perform constant time hashmap operations. This results in a time complexity of big O of n, where n is the number of elements in the array. As for space complexity, we need to store elements in the hash map, so the space complexity is big O of n, where n represents the unique elements in the array. Let's now compare the two solutions side by side. As you can see, the brute force solution is simple but inefficient with a time complexity of big O of n squared. On the other hand, the hashmap solution is much more efficient with a time complexity of big O of n, making it the preferred choice for large arrays. In conclusion, while both solutions work, the brute force method is better suited for smaller arrays. For larger arrays, the hashmap approach offers a clear advantage of its big O of n time complexity. For optimal performance, we recommend using the hashmap approach to solve this problem, especially when working with large datasets. Thank you for your attention. I hope this explanation was helpful. If you have any questions or need further clarifications, please feel free to ask.